everyone, and welcome back to Voice in Me, My Voice, My Choice podcast. In episode 3, we will be focusing on the Cricket World Cup. So let's get started. For those of us who live or have lived in any country where sports like cricket is a way of life, then you know that these past few weeks have been World Cup cricket mania. After a hiatus of almost a decade of me not watching due to multiple losses in my family, I finally returned to watching it sadly but also nicely by myself around 1 a.m. Mountain Standard Time in the US whenever I could. So today was no exception as I prepared myself for an all nighter with some snacks and was ready for the India versus Australia final. Truly ready to see amazing cricketers, not only from the Australia team, but the Indian team, Rohit, Virat, Shami, and the others, do their magic one last time to, of course, win the World Cup final. But if you have heard by now, that magic did not happen. It is absolutely heartbreaking, not for myself, although I do feel sad, but for that amazing team who did everything right. But it was just not meant to be. So you're probably asking by now, Nas, how does this relate to Voice in Me? So here it goes. What did I use my voice for? After a sleepless night, I carried on my day with my family with our regular Sunday schedule. But in the evening, I finally got that chance to get back onto my phone and really to get back onto social media. I read an interesting post on my feed on one of the social media platforms by a family member that was discussing the unfortunate loss. And my very close cousin responded to a not so nice comment made by some stranger that brought politics of the Middle East into it. And that was just not right on so many levels. So I felt in my gut to use my voice not only to support my cousin and how she was trying to defend, certain points she made, but plain and simple common sense decency. So how did I use my voice? So I replied to the string of replies, and this is what I said. This world has come to a bitter shame, as Allah, which translation into English is God, only wants one thing: for us to turn to Him for help instead of arguing with each other about who is right or wrong. Islam is about humanity and the true cleanliness of the heart and soul. I hope we all can follow what He wants from us. True ibadah, which means prayer, to Him, and less arguments of right and wrong, as ultimately only God can judge. I wish you all a blessed day ahead. So that was in my post. I posted these thoughts because, one, we should pray for those in need instead of fighting and arguing about whether the reason India lost was because of the perceived opinions on who the Indian politicians are supporting in the Middle East. Two, the Palestinian people deserve more than just arguments about them, and more about prayer and doing something real to help them out. Take that time posting on social media or basically arguing and put it to good use in whichever way that can help them. And three, they were taking away from the hard work of the Indian cricket team and how they succeeded match after match, showing what true collaborative teamwork can reap rewards. Not forgetting the famous 50th century that Virat had scored, setting a new world record. There was no humanity shown or practiced, and it is easy for someone who is just a spectator to voice their opinion without thinking what the ramifications can be by what they just stated, posted, or argued about. Was it the best choice of my voice? Truly, I don't know. From an overall perspective, I can't really say because I just posted this evening. But in my heart, I am glad I shared my thoughts that we need to be focusing on doing the right thing instead of arguing with each other on why a cricket team lost and whether it was due to political allies or something else. I will definitely come back and share if there was any feedback, good or bad, from it. So, to round up the podcast, what is the lesson I can share today? Sometimes the voice in you may need to come out for something that may not be aligned to others, but you should listen to both your heart and your mind, as that is when the true voice in me comes through. Standing up and voicing what you believe in is hard, but if it is authentic and stands up for humanity, then it's worth it, even though it may feel very scary. Thank you everyone for listening to this podcast today. It may have been not your typical one, but this is something that just happened and I just used my voice. And I thought that if I wasn't my authentic self in sharing this, it wouldn't be true. So I wanted to let all of y'all hear what I experienced and how I reacted to it and how I used the voice in me. Thank you. I hope you will continue to listen and find ways with me to empower others and yourself in finding the best choice for your voice. And if you are celebrating Thanksgiving this week, I wish you, your family, friends, and your communities a happy and blessed Thanksgiving. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.